Hi there, welcome back to another week of Counter-Strike game and skin market update. This is SkinomiCS2, and this video covers the 9th to 15th of June 2025. Let's start with our usual Armory Pass update. The bottom 3 unprofitable collections have dropped in ROI again. Somehow, the extremely unpopular XM Solitude has become the most profitable to redeem from the pass. The lack of volume is driving up the price to a significant extent. Lastly, the Gallery case has overtaken the Fever case in terms of price. Both still remain profitable to redeem. Moving on to the Austin Major sticker capsules. All stickers have crashed in price this week. Returns will remain low until the 75% off sale in a few weeks' time. I strongly recommend against buying or unboxing these capsules during this time. Interestingly, Nico sticker still remain to be the most expensive within the Challenger autograph capsule, despite Falcon's disgraceful exit. It really is a shame that Simple does not have a sticker from this major. Let's highlight some of the significant movements in sticker prices this week, following tournament events. Zywoo and all other Vitality stickers crashed when the team ended their 30-game win streak to Legacy. Legacy stickers, specifically Dumas sticker, shot up in price after this match. However, the price did not hold as the market momentum for all Austin stickers remained negative. Speaking of Nico before, their opponents in Lynn Vision also did very well following their win against Falcon, with Emilia sticker being the biggest mover as the internet warmed to his ecstatic personality. Emilia's backstory is quite a sad one, and his success is genuinely encouraging to see. He wrote on his Chinese social media his struggles coming from a disadvantaged family in China, and his desire to succeed in order to carry his family finances. Both Alexi B from Navi and commentator Maui Snake added QAQ after their names to show their support. The owner of Aurora donated over $5,000 of skins as well. By the way, the photo on the left is both him a couple years apart. He has aged quite a bit under pressure. Looking ahead in the major, I don't think any sane person got stage 2 correct, but stage 3 was a bit easier. Regardless, the percentage for Diamond Coin this time around will be extremely low. Also of note, all North American teams have been knocked out at the first stage they participated. This means that there will be no home team in front of a live audience for the Austin Major. My picks for the playoff stage are shown on screen. May we all at least get gold. I suspect it might be an even split between gold and silver by the end of the major. Smart Backwards on Twitter posted an interesting image which may allude to why Falcons had lost so hard. With the exception for MoneyZ, all other players were unable to perform in high-stake rounds, contrasting this with Simple, who is ranked one of the best in these situations despite only returning to Counter-Strike recently. Continue on with Falcons, Kiosk's transfer fee as reported by Overdrive is said to be $2 million. This is only slightly behind MoneyZ's $2.5 million price tag and is a hefty price to be paying for an unproven talent in Tier 1. It is unclear at this point who Kiosk will replace. It will either be Magisk or Thesis. Kiosk himself though, has been somewhat embroiled in controversy in the past week, as he appeared to have rated female CS players based on looks rather than skill, which is quite misogynistic. Moving on again, Valve has made a decision this week that completely angers me. Regional qualifier matches have been cancelled for the end of year Budapest Major. All teams participating will be invited through VRS. This means that smaller teams will have very limited upward mobility going forward if it remains that way. Teams like Lynn Vision would not have qualified, whereas Australis would have. It would represent regression in terms of competition if bigger teams are just allowed to roll forward their rankings, given they are invited to all other big tournaments that contribute towards VRS in the first place. From a skins and sticker point of view, it means that we will likely see much less newer teams making it to the major, and it will be the death of some smaller organizations. Finally, let's move on to our weekly craft idea. Wreck and Lake foil stickers from the Austin Major can be scraped cleanly to show their cursive writing. When placed on a skin of contrasting color, a nice pattern can be formed. There are no set ways to make this craft, and the entire craft is quite cheap given M80 is not a popular team. Switching gears to the market, the SkinomiCS2 Index, which contains a list of items I used to represent the market, decreased by a slight 0.17% this week, which represents stabilization after a long period of volatility. The eSport Fire Index, which contains a list of 300 high-valued liquid items, shows prices increasing very slightly. Overall though, there wasn't a very significant shift in the market this week. Moving on to buff value of trade and trade volume data sourced from itrade.gg. Volume and value of trade follow prices in what has been quite a boring week. With the total value and volume data sourced from SteamDT, we again see the same picture of stability 4th time in a row. Now, let's break the skin market movements down into categories. Starting off with knives and gloves, this segment saw Fade gloves jump but the others remaining calm. Higher tiered weapon skins remained calm for the most part as well, with the exception of the Cyrix. Agents declined this week by approximately 5% across the board. This has partially offset the double-digit increase last week. Last but not least, we saw the affordable weapon segment balancing out the declines from the agents, causing an overall minute movement to the index. Moving on, according to CS2 Case Tracker, case unboxing numbers remain high at 8.6 million in the week. Player numbers have slightly risen from last week, probably from people jumping onto the Austin Major hype train. In non-active case prices, the Spectrum collection increased significantly, whilst the others had an average week. Whereas in active cases, the Fracture and Recoil case both saw over 10% increases in price. In fact, the Revolution case was the only unmoved active case this week. Let's now take a glimpse at this week's biggest winners and losers. The winners this week were somehow all blue by coincidence. The Vega Squadron sticker from 2017 is a low-volumed item, whereas the Cortesera and the Spider Lily both rose on natural demand. In fact, along with the Spider Lily, all items from the Riptide collection have been rising. In losers, it was 3 Vitality stickers. This is to be expected as was explained during the headline section of the video. Onto the top trades of the week sourced from the skin trading site itrade.gg. Another exciting week on buff. A Redline with 4 Arbor Power Holos sold for $54,000 in first place. The second place was a pair of low-float hedge mazes and the third place was a Souvenir Dragon Lore dropped with Pasha biceps in field-tested condition. On CS Float, a similar sale was in first place for a few $100 more than the example on buff. It features a StatTrak Redline with 4 Reason Holos. Second place was a StatTrak Low Float Howl with 2 mixed paper Cato 14 stickers. And third place was an Emerald Butterfly as per usual. Moving to game news, there were no updates as expected given the ongoing Austin Major. Now onto the pro scene. Blast Rival Season 2 will be held in Hong Kong this year, which will be the biggest Counter-Strike event to be ever held in the city. Given its close proximity to many other Chinese major cities, tickets will be sold out quite fast. In other news, Liquid officially signed Suhi on a permanent deal from Mouse, whereas Naf made a comment that he could be benched following his poor performance at the Austin Major. Adam will be departing Mesiport following their exit from the Major. Game Main Legion benches Slend. I am still open to skin donations, and a reminder to join my Discord. Please like, share and subscribe. On that bombshell, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!